We are live. All right, we're doing something different today. This is the NBA Rundown / NBA betting card. We're going to both channels because I think it got a little weird with people tuning in every day and not be able to find us on the Kegs channel. So I also thought this is a great way to cross promote everything that we're doing, Tyler. So if you're watching on Nuke the House, now you're aware of the Fanspeak channel. The Fanspeak channel focuses on NFL Daily Fantasy, and Best Ball. The Nuke the House channel nukes the house when it comes to sports betting. So we're bringing it all together today. We're on both channels, but if you're not aware of the either one, go ahead and subscribe because both channels have excellent content. With that being said, I'm here today with Tyler. How you doing today, bud? Did I lose you? You're muted.
I think my computer might be freezing up, Spread, but can you hear me?
Now it is.
Am I coming
It
through?
was muted before. I don't know
Okay.
how it muted.
Yeah, I went
didn't
to
do
I
that
went
to
to
you.
change
I'm not
I
a
went to
jerk.
change tabs on the other screen, and
Okay.
it instantly just started to freeze up. But I think we're
Oh,
back.
that happens to me all the time. I got everything up right now, though, so I think we should be good.
Yeah,
At least on my
back
end.
to normal though. I think we're good. It's a good night. I was wrong about the Grizzlies. We got to give you your win on that. Me and my guy Harry in the chat, he says, "Well, Grizzlies stunk it up." Yeah, they did. The Nets
Yeah.
were able to pull off a win, but I was right about something in that game, Spread. They hate that coach. They won by 30. He went over to give his point guard a high five. His point guard looked him right in the face and walked away. So
Okay.
they
All
still.
right, we were talking about this beforehand, but I'm glad we saved this for the show because I was kind of punching in numbers and was like, oh, yeah. I don't think that's that big a deal. You know why? Okay, so first of all, you know who the point guard is, right? Dennis Smith Jr. And you know why he didn't dap him up? Because he got benched. And he's only playing like 6 minutes a game in the last two games. So I think that's where the issue is.
How'd you feel about the
Um,
double Dennis backcourt they were running of Dennis Smith and Dennis Schroeder?
I don't hate it. You know what's so funny about Dennis Smith is we really liked him as a prospect, and obviously he never turned out. I love Nate Duncan and Danny LaRue. Danny LaRue and those guys were so high on him, and obviously he missed. But honestly, I think he's an above average defender. I think his issues are on the offensive side of the ball, right? So you mix him with Schrader, who's actually he was a terrible defender before. He's actually a pretty good defender. I think it works. And then it's a nice change of pace from Cam Thomas. So I don't know. I didn't think that was as big deal as you did. And in fact, it's like I don't even think there's an issue. He should be mad that he's not getting any playing time. He should be mad that he's getting benched. So I mean, I guess that was like kind of a dick move, but I think we're overplaying it a
Coming
little
from
bit.
a vet, I think you just like I understand you're angry, but like you kind of still give your coach the high five. You deal with that later. You know what I mean? Like what does that what
Yeah,
sign
I
does
mean,
that
but
give
it
the
just
young
shows you
guy?
why he's immature. It just shows,
Yeah,
and probably why he's never caught on. But I don't think that reflects on Kevin Ollie as much as it does Dennis Smith.
I could agree there. Definitely more on Dennis Smith than Kevin Ollie.
Okay, because the reason we bring this up, let's just dive into the first game, Tyler, because my guess is we're going to be opposite right off the bat then. So we've only talked about a couple games pre-show, guys, so a lot right now. I know we're going to be opposite on someone. And I think the multicast thing was good, Tyler, because I see Harry Doherty in here. What's up to my guy, Richie Smalls, of course, the sports gig, who continues to crush. Make sure you're subscribed, especially if you're coming from the fan speak and you want to win some money on NASCAR or UFC. Subscribe to the Nuke the House, and Daniel Barry is with us as well. What's up, guys? Let's dive right in, Tyler. The Brooklyn Nets are +9 tonight in Orlando, taking on the Magic. I have this projected as a 7-point win. I have a big lean to the over here, Tyler. I haven't bet anything here. What do you think about a potential lit down spot?
Yeah, I don't think it's really a letdown spot as much as Brooklyn just won the game by 30. Ben Simmons is going to sit. He didn't really play much. Cam Thomas is also going to sit, which
Okay.
takes away offense from the Nets. So they're going to have to run these guards we just talked about that don't have offense.
Well, Schrader does.
Schrader has a little bit of offense, but if he's hit or miss with that jump shot, if the jump shot's not going in, and especially against an Orlando team that's going to run you off the 3 line, force you to try and score other places, I don't really want to play an over here. I think this could be
Yeah, I
one
don't
of
either. I think
you
those
see-
projections are wrong. Like when
I
I
think
look
you
at that,
could
I
see
don't want to bet
Orlando.
the over. I want to figure out why I'm so wrong on this game.
Yeah, I think you could see Orlando hold them under 100 here. Excuse me. But I don't want to bet Orlando either -9 because Paulo's got a Q tag with an illness. He was at shoot around. He should play, but I don't want to bet the game at -9. He sits and it drops to like -6 or so. So I'd wait. If he plays, I think they kind of just wipe the floor with Brooklyn.
See, I'm the opposite. I kind of like the Nets here, but I don't know if it's enough to get into it. One thing, and of course, only 2 games under the new coach, but Brooklyn came into this playing terribly, 6-1 in their last 9. Orlando, on the other hand, is 9-4 ATS in their last 13 games.
I mean, we could just a little fun argument we had yesterday when I wanted to take Memphis and you said Brooklyn was better at every position.
Yeah.
Point guard, I'm taking the Magic.
Hold on. I'm pulling up the rosters right now. So, Schrader versus Suggs.
Give me
I mean,
Suggs.
they're completely different players.
I'm taking Suggs though. He's a great defender. He can hit threes. I'm taking Suggs. He's the better player there.
All right.
You got me at
the. You better not take Harris over Bridges.
You got me at this one. This is where Brooklyn gets the 1.
Okay.
But Franz, Banchero, and Wendell Carter are all 3 better than the other 3.
Yeah. I mean, you're right. I can't argue.
And then
I think the only one that I'd say Schrader and Suggs is a wash.
But then if you go to the bench too, it's like Cole Anthony off the bench is better than anything Brooklyn's pulling off the bench in today's game because Cam Thomas won't be there. So it's like I think Orlando could just impose their will on this Brooklyn team.
Yeah, it just seems like 9's a lot to win by. All right, well, we're obviously going to disagree on that. I don't know. So here's why my projections are going over, Tyler, as I'm looking at this a little more. Look at Orlando's scores just recently. They've been going over a lot. I think that's why. Let me pull these up so I can read them out to everybody.
So they played what 3 games since the break, and they're 1-2 they're 1-2 over under. So 2 to the under, 1 to the over.
Yeah, but you see what I'm saying about the 2 that went over are right around where I'm projecting, 225 and 221, and then we actually bet the over after 2 straight, right? And we didn't get there in that Atlanta game. Oh, that one hurt me, man. They were missing so many open shots. Okay, let's just stay away from this game completely for now. Are you cool with that?
I'm fine with that, yeah. Because
I like
I'm pretty sure we're using the same website. So just click over to Brooklyn scores and look at how many times they've went under.
That's a good point. Until that game against Memphis, they had failed to go over 100 points. Okay. All right, we're staying away from this one. Let's move on. Tyler,
and what happened? What just to look back at it, they scored 110 versus Boston, so that would have been the last time they scored 100.
Uh-huh.
We know what happened the next night when they played Boston, right? They
me.
lost by 50.
Okay.
They scored 100.
Oh, yeah.
And then if you go back again, they played Dallas. They lost 119 to 107. Mm-hmm. The next night, Cleveland pounded them 118 to 95.
Okay. Well, I'm glad we did this show then because you just talked me off my 2 leans. Here's from Keg. Tyler's grown up before our eyes. You don't even look like a kid anymore. Tyler, you're in charge of recruiting the new Nuke the House kid because you're no longer the kid. Yeah, we need a new prodigy, Tyler. You're in charge of.
We got to go find somebody like 21 years old, freshly able to bet. You can't go any younger than that. And just throw them on the camera. We'll find somebody.
Yeah, I see our guy Don P in the chat. He agrees with you. He says he doesn't think the Nets are going to be able to score on this Magic defense.
I just don't see how they score.
Yeah, they could be tired too. All right, let's get ready to disagree again. Yep. Although my projections agree with you here. The Cleveland Cavaliers have been one of the best teams in the NBA. They're laying 4.5 at home against the Dallas Mavericks. My original lean here, before I ran the numbers, was that I would like Dallas here. But my projections has this as a 6-point Cavaliers win. So slight lean there. And I have this slightly going over. Another one kind of right with tale of two teams. Dallas is a high scoring team. Cleveland's a low scoring team. Who's going to impose their pace here? Dallas has been 16-10 against the spread on the road. Cleveland 13-15 at home. However, Dallas is only 10-14 as an underdog against the spread, and Cleveland is 19-19 as a favorite. And in these short spreads, and you talked about this before the show, one of the reasons you like Cleveland. In my little one, I have it going to 6, but you said you like to take Cleveland when they're laying less than 5. When they're laying between 3 and 6, they're 8-3 against the spread. 11-11 as a home favorite. So, boy, Tyler, you like the Cavaliers, and a lot of the stats I just read out like the Cavaliers. Before I throw it to you so you can just dunk on me a little bit more, I guess just my thing here was that we get Luke is playing so well right now. I get him here, but I guess with the way Donovan Mitchell's playing, maybe I'm underestimating how good he's been as well. I think that I have a bad habit of underestimating Donovan Mitchell's strength.
Now, just scoring wise, I feel like you could see the backcourts wash each other in this game, where Kyrie and Luka combine for like 60, and you look on the other side, and it's like, oh, Mitchell and Garland combine for 60.
Yeah.
The game's going to be won in the front court, and I want the trees on Cleveland side. They have the bigs. Like, I know Dallas acquired some bigs at the deadline. They've looked better. But this is still one of the biggest teams in the NBA.
Right.
And I have to follow this trend of betting them when they're less than 5-point favorites at home. They crushed this spot. Last time they were February 5th versus Sacramento at home, -4.5. Won the game by 26.
We love that spot.
Yeah. Let's go back a little bit farther. At home, -2 versus Milwaukee on January 17th. 135-95. 2 nights before that, at home versus Chicago, -4, 109-91. The 3 nights before that, January 11th versus Brooklyn, at home, -3.5, 111-102. Like, they just cover these spots. I have to take Cleveland in this spot. They haven't treated me bad at less than -5. If it gets above 5 or gets to that number of 5, I probably don't bet it, but at 4.5, I'm taking them.
All right. My projections agree with you. I'm willing to join you.
And just running it through my head, it's like, I know Luka can score on anyone, and he'll still get to the paint, but, like, these are 2 guys that could just alter shots, slow them guys down. If they're not hitting their threes, Cleveland could easily blow this team out.
Yeah. I just like the way Dallas has been playing. I'm trying to look up the one time they played earlier this season. It was a 113-110 win by Cleveland, but it was the first game after Christmas. But Cleveland won on the road. So
This is the second game of a road trip for Dallas. They were in Indiana. They took a loss there straight up, lost that game by 22 points to Indiana. Now they head to Cleveland, and then after this game, they head up to Toronto tomorrow, and then they go to Boston. So they're on a little East Coast road trip.
Yeah. All right, let's see if they bounce back. I think I'm going to join you on Cleveland. I'm going to pull that one up right now. Okay. Next game, Tyler. Golden State Warriors are laying 10.5 in Washington, taking on the Wizards. Totals 243.5. Tyler, the Washington Wizards have been absolutely terrible against the spread at home. I'm pulling this up right now just so I verify it. 9-18 against the spread at home. But they're 27-28 overall, right? So what's that? 18-9 on the road. So they're 9-15 as a home underdog. Warriors are 7-3 as a home favorite. However, at this huge number, you got to think it's baked in. I have this as a 13-point Warriors win. Your thoughts?
It's Golden State or pass for me. I couldn't click Washington.
Mm-mm.
They've been so bad. And if Avdija misses, Corey Kispert misses, and Shamet all miss, Kudalave's already out. Like, they're going to be even worse than they already are. It's just going to leave Kuzma out there by himself. Chris Paul will be back to run that second unit for Golden State. I think Steph and Clay just kind of give Jordan Poole not a taste of his own medicine, but like he's going to get a lot of threes rained in on him. They're going to hunt him in matchups. I don't mind their props in this game. I don't mind going back to Clay. I mean, he hit 5 threes in the first half, last game out, and then he went completely invisible for the second half. Could easily bet him here, and just maybe some performance doubles in this game. Like, let's see. You could get Kuminga to score 15. That one's minus 160. We ain't betting that one. Steph to score 30 and they win plus 125. Steph 6 threes and they win plus 160. Is there any? There's no Clay ones up yet. Steph double and win 9-1. Podzemski double and win plus 320. Those would be some ways I'd approach this game.
Yeah, I kind of want to lay it.
I think they do wipe the floor with them. Beat them by 11 their last time out. Beat them by 9 the time before that. They normally beat this team by around 9 to 11 points. And now they get the extra motivation of going to Washington to play their former teammate Jordan Poole. I think they smash them.
Does anyone care about that besides Draymond?
You got to think
I think it means more for Poole than Dre, but I don't even know if it helps the way that guy plays. It might hurt him.
Yeah, I think it might hurt him, but I also think it's the whole thing of like Steph and Clay seeing like what was supposed to be the younger version of themselves that had to get put out for other reasons, like just the competitive edge of playing that guy. I think you could see some uptick in their scoring.
Clay's been playing well lately.
And they're not going to lose bench minutes either, because when CP3 comes in, he's just going to control the game.
Oh, he's back finally?
Yeah, he's back tonight.
Is this his first game back, or did he play against Denver? I didn't see him on the floor.
I think his first game back. He was in street.
But I had like 3, on YouTube TV, you can multicast, so I had 3 games on at the same time. So
yeah, he was in street clothes versus Denver.
Okay. Well, that's why I missed him. Okay, we'll double back to this one, Tyler, but I'm seriously considering laying it. Just nothing really on the total. Did you have anything on this total? Seems about right to me.
Yeah, I wouldn't bet the total. Be over or pass.
Anything really? That's funny. I would go under. Total's gone under in 8 of Golden State's last 10 games. The reason they've been winning is their defense has got better, and the total's gone under in 11 of Washington's last 16 games. However, the total's gone over 4 of the last 5 times these teams have played. All right, Warriors are most likely going to be a play. Let's double back to that one. Next game, Tyler. The Boston Celtics are laying 12.5 at home to the Philadelphia 76ers. I have this projected as a 12-point win, going over by 1 point, 122 to 111. Your thoughts here, Tyler? I don't have a lot of thoughts on this game. I feel like... So, you know what I was thinking about last night? Actually, here's what I feel like. The Boston Celtics... You know how, like, I love taking points? The Boston Celtics are the team that I least want to take the points against. Do you see what I'm saying? It's statistically based, right? They have the highest net rating in the league, which means they have the highest margin victory of the league. So, makes sense. But this is, and, we'll talk about Charlotte later, and I'm intrigued there. I don't want to take these big spreads against Boston unless I love the situational spot, and I don't at all. I don't think it's a good situation at all. Your thoughts?
I'm never fading this team when I look at their injury report and they don't have a single guy on it. They're the best team in the league when they're fully healthy. They name their score when they have everyone out there. Mm-hmm. So it's either lay it or stay away from it.
Yeah.
Tatum double and win plus 160. Tatum to score 30 and win 2-1. Mm-hmm. Those would be some ways I'd come at this game. Maybe if you wanted to go Tatum 4 threes and they win plus 160 also. Just bet it through him. Maybe a Porzingis 8+ rebounds one also at plus 145.
Philadelphia hasn't been doing well against the number. 5-12 against the spread in their last 17 games. 5-10 against the spread in their last 15 against Boston. Only good stat you can pull or good trend is that they're 4-2 against the spread in their last 6 road games. Total's gone under in 12 of 8 Boston's last 18 games. That's about it I got for this game. Let's just move on. Do you want to bet it? It's Boston or pass?
Yeah, Boston or pass. I'd rather bet those performance doubles.
Yeah, I think that's a better way to approach it. Okay, but we say if you do bet it, take the Celts. This is my game of the night, Tyler. This is my favorite play. You can't talk me off it. I talked yesterday about how the Hawks are on bye status without Trae Young in there. They simply improve here. I got them to win this game by 3. I almost bet it last night at +2. I figured everyone would be on Atlanta. I woke up and it's -1. So I like this, and then we'll answer Keg's question. I'm all over the Hawks. Go ahead.
Yeah, Yes to both of those, to the question on the screen and to the Hawks. He was one rebound away in his last game out. He should have got it. He could easily get in this one. You have built-in revenge here. Not even a player on the floor. Quinn Snyder was the coach for the Jazz. Now coaches the Hawks back in Utah. He could definitely take advantage of this team.
I looked into that. How similar was his team? He didn't have Markkinen, right? His last year was the Mitchell Rudy year, right?
I think he had Markkanen to end the year, didn't he? He coached
No,
halfway of the season last
because
year.
Markkinen was part of the Mitchell trade.
But I swore he coached half of last year for the Jazz, or the year before. Before he became Atlanta's coach, he coached half the season for the Jazz. I'm almost positive. I'll look it up, but
look it up. I don't think he did. I think he got fired when they made those trades.
I typed in Quinn Snyder on Google, and I hit space, and the first thing that came up next to it was cocaine addiction.
I know, and you know what? I heard that's not even a joke.
That's not good.
That's not verified. All right. Regardless, I'm all over the Hawks. I also want to play the under because of how slow that game was against Orlando. But I project this game to go over, and Utah is fast paced and doesn't play defense, so I'm staying away from that. Hawks -1, my favorite play of the day. Anything else on this one, Tyler?
No, just the Hawks. That DeJounte Murray triple-double I love. And I would also take some Jalen Johnson props here. His PRA, maybe a double-double and win or a 15-plus points and win.
All right.
I got to go kick these dogs outside. I'll be right back.
All right, I'll break down the next one. The San Antonio Spurs are in Minnesota. They're taking on the T-Wolves. T-Wolves are laying 13.5. Totals 225.5. I have this projected as a 15-point T-Wolves win, so slight edge to the Wolves. One thing to be noted, the Spurs are on that rodeo trip, so they haven't had a home game since before the All-Star break. I was pretty heavy on fading them the last time they were out because of this road deal. Oh, yeah, that was against Utah. Utah laid 6.5, and it should have been easy cover, actually. San Antonio made a late run there at the end. I'm not taking San Antonio for the rest of this road trip, Tyler. So to me, it's T-Wolves or pass. 13.5, though, does seem like a lot. I listened to Ski this morning. He liked the Spurs team total under. I thought that was a great call. Maybe a good way to approach it. I have them projected to score 102. What do you think?
Yeah,
We're talking about Spurs T-Wolves.
I wouldn't bet this game just because you got Cat, who is already rolled out with personal reasons. Gobert is Q tagged. If they're both out, I mean, Naz Reid's probably got to play center, which isn't terrible, but they just have no depth at that point. So I really don't want to lay that many points. So probably just stay away from me. Maybe Victor props.
Yeah, I don't think we can play a team total under unless Rudy's out too. Because think about the reason that these projections are showing me only in a 102 is because Rudy Gobert's been the defensive player of the year. And Minnesota has the lowest points against average. So Harry likes Victor.
I like that because he could easily rack up that just in blocks.
Bro, he's been getting like 5 of each one. He got a 5x5 the other night.
Yeah, I mean that's ridiculous. Like there's this bet on FanDuel. You could bet. I think it is. Is it the 5x5? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, the 5. 1 point rebound. When you go and check that line on every game, everyone's plus money, and then you get the Victor. He's -250.
That can't be right.
What, to get 1 rebound, 1 point, 1 assist, 1 block, and 1 steal in a game?
Oh, 1x1.
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking the 5x5 because he got 5 blocks and 5 steals in the same game.
No, not the 5x5, but just to get the 1x5, just to get 1 stat in every box. Yeah. He's -240. Everyone else that's playing tonight is +20. So that shows how good of a player he is. We should have slammed that +115 when he was still that to be rookie of the year when Chet started the year good. Because there was never a chance he wasn't going to win it. So
yeah, there was.
I don't think there ever was.
Even if Chet would have keeping up statistically, they would have.
I don't think there was ever a chance though because Chet would have literally had to have been the best player on that team. It would have never happened.
Good point. All right. We're not going to play this game then.
And don't you think you get the whole, even if he does play like ridiculously well, don't you think the whole like LeBron Carmelo Rookie of the Year thing happens? We're like, oh, Melo should have won it, but LeBron's the new coming of Michael Jordan, so we're going to give it to him to build this resume early.
That's fair. Yeah, I mean, that's one of the higher pick will always default in the case of the players being closer.
Yep.
The New Orleans Pelicans are -4.5, Tyler. There's no way I'm taking the Pelicans here, but I think you like them. Talk to me about it.
I just think it's a spot where the Knicks suck right now. And they've been one of the better teams this year. So okay. I'm going to say that. And it has to do with a cluster of injuries. Missing Randall, missing OG Anunoby, missing Robinson, and just the defensive rating starting to show. Like, over the last 5 games spread, where do you think they rank in defensive rating?
It's really low, and we talked about it.
They're bottom
we had
3.
This game yesterday, right? And yeah. I talked about Hartenstein until this injury was really close to Mitchell in defensive metrics, and now he's been bad. I think he's playing hurt, but because the other option is Jericho Sims, they're encouraging him to play through it. So, after taking the Pelicans on Sunday, man, I don't want to bet this game.
I'd probably stay away from it, but it'd be Pelicans or pass for me. Just because
pass for me.
Zion was present at shoot around. He's going to play. Brandon Ingram will be on the floor. CJ McCollum's got a Q tag. He might not play.
I don't even care about CJ McCollum at this point.
Yeah. Alvarado's suspended. Don't care because they'll just run Jordan Hawkins and they'll go big and put Trey Murphy on the floor more and Herb Jones. Mm-hmm. But the big one here is Brunson's Q tag came up and it's neck spasms. And we seen him get hit in the head earlier in that game last night where his neck snapped back. You could tell he was holding his neck the rest of the game. I don't think he plays. I think Hartenstein might sit too. He's got the Achilles tendinopathy. I don't even know how to say that word. My school never taught me that. So
I don't know either.
Yeah, but I think they both sit. And at that point, what does the Knicks lineup look like? You know what I mean? They already can't defend. They should have lost last night to the Pistons. Like, I think this could be a spot where the Pelicans just blow them out.
Yeah. All right. I don't want to bet it, though. I don't want to trust the Pelicans.
I kind of want to bet Zion props in the Garden, too. We know how pissed he was that he wasn't got drafted by this team.
All right. Maybe that might be a better way because then it doesn't really matter. I love the superstar subtraction here.
I just don't like it's superstar subtraction at one guy, but when you're already down like 4 guys and then you're going to take 2 more off the floor, your whole starting lineup's out at that point. And your 2 guys off the bench are out. So it's like...
And you know what? I think that it doesn't apply to the Knicks. I'm going to Google Knicks with Brunson out. I don't think they've been good without him.
No.
You know how, like...
I don't think superstar subtraction works either when you play your starters 45 or 48 minutes.
All right, here, talk real quick so I can Google this.
Who is stopping Zion in the paint tonight? If Hartenstein sits, like they're going to play Jericho Sims
himself.
But this is a spot where he wants to play well in the Garden. Yeah. This Zion 25 plus points in Pelicans win at plus 205. I think that's a smash spot in this game.
Knicks are 1-2 without Jalen Brunson this season, only averaging 102 points per game. So my memory was correct. The superstar subtraction is not in effect for the New York Knicks. Tyler likes the Pelicans. My projections are worthless because I did them with Brunson and Hartenstein in. The Charlotte Hornets are catching 14, Tyler. They've been good to us. They've been good to us, and I feel bad because on Sunday you wanted to take them, and I said, no, Portland. And Charlotte won outright. So other than that one dud, right, we've been betting them a lot, and we got one dud from them, and who was it against? Golden State?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? We should have covered that. Although it was a dud, they didn't play.
They dribbled out. If they would have just went and scored a layup, they covered. They just dribbled it out.
We got screwed on that. That was one of the worst beats of the year. I have the Bucks winning by 15, but to me, it's Charlotte or pass. You did talk before the show, though, and you were saying you do think that Milwaukee might be finally finding something. What do you think of this one?
I think the easiest way to bet this game
Okay.
is through the total, because I'm worried that if we take Charlotte, that Milwaukee their offense looks good recently. They've been putting up points.
Mm-hmm.
They could just hang a number to where 14 is not enough. But the total at 224, if Charlotte does keep this game somewhat close and they're making their shots, I think this game goes over. Like, their recent matchups, like, they played February 9th. That was before all the trades. Milwaukee won 120-84. They covered the 16. Before that,
yeah, we took the 16 in that game, if you remember.
and then before that, it's just all the defensive Bucks, to where they were able to slow them down, hold them to 99 the game before that. But then 124-115, 138-109. Like, these two teams can put up a cluster of points. Charlotte's scored well outside of the last two games, Portland and Golden State. Now they're heading back east. I think this is a good spot for the over.
I don't like the over. Total's gone under in Charlotte's last 5 games, and Milwaukee's gone under 5 of their last 6.
I'm fine to stay away from it, but that's how I would bet this game.
Yeah.
I know Charlotte's made us a lot of money, but I think this is the spot where we take the 14, and after the first quarter, we're like, this is not good. Also, a good live
last
betting.
time we bet them in Milwaukee,
they won the game, right?
No,
no. I read those scores backwards. I read the scores backwards in my head.
Yeah, no, we bet them plus 16, and they lost by like 30.
Yeah, it was 120-84. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
It's a live.
I still think this team's better now, though. I like Charlotte, but I'm fine staying away from this game.
Yeah, I think it's a good spot to live bet if you're watching the game. Charlotte looks like they're going to keep it close. You'll still be able to get double digits on this game for a while.
Yeah, just that Grant Williams factor and Trey Man, is that his name? Is it Trey?
Yeah.
Because his brother Terrence is on the Clippers, right?
I don't know if they're brothers.
How could they not be? They're about the same age. They play the same. All right, while you look that up, I'll introduce the next game. The Detroit Pistons are plus 10.5 in Chicago, taking on the Bulls. Totals 225.5. I have this game as an 8-point Bulls win, going at 3 points over that total, actually 4. It likes the Pistons plus the points. What do you think?
I like the Pistons. I think they win the game outright. You're gonna hate me, but no. We got them right once before. I think they win this game. I don't think Chicago's good.
Chicago looked good against New Orleans.
I mean, I think New Orleans lays duds in certain spots in games they don't care about. I think Detroit has the best player on the floor in Cade Cunningham. Jaden Ivey's played well. If those two guys are in, I know they both got probable tags. I'm taking Detroit. I'm taking them plus the points, and I'm going to sprinkle on the money line.
Okay. I'm going to look on that. I'm going to look them up off of back-to-back. That's my concern here.
It doesn't say those two are related either. It says they're not.
What do I know? All right. No edge here. 5 and 5 on back-to-back. Yeah. ATS, of course.
Yeah.
5 and 5 ATS.
What's Chicago is a home favorite? ATS wise.
13 and 11.
As a home favorite?
Oh,
there's no way they've been a home favorite 24
no, I'm
times.
Sorry, 8-9.
They're 7 overall. And 9 ATS. Okay.
Yeah, I got 8-9, but whatever. I mean,
7 and 9, 8 and 9, close enough.
All right. Do we take the Pistons now, or do we need to wait?
I say we wait and make sure Cade and Ivy are in.
Sounds good to me. All right, we are moving along. Another 10-point spread here is the Oklahoma City Thunder laying 10 to the Houston Rockets. Totals 234.5. I have the Rockets winning by 12. I mean, the Thunder winning by 12. We can't take the Rockets on the road. It's Thunder or pass. Remember I mentioned Boston having the highest net rating in the league? Right now, OKC has the second highest net rating in the league which means, like Boston, that's a team that I'd like to approach on these bigger spreads because they have the larger margin of victory. Rockets are 3-11 against the spread since Christmas. Thunder have covered 4 straight at home. OKC 17-7 as a home favorite. Houston 9-17 as a road dog. If we just use net ratings on the road and get a line that way, at home, OKC's net rating plus 11.7. Rockets net rating on the road minus 6.4. If you use that as a way to make a line, which is really is what we do with the overall and not the home road splits, that gives you the Thunder by 18.
I mean, they just played this matchup.
Any reason not to play this?
They just played this matchup 2 nights ago in Houston, and Houston took a 20-point lead, and OKC said, here, that 20-point lead's going to just disappear, and we're going to win this game by 13 and cover the 6.5. So Houston couldn't win against this team on their home floor where they play much better at. Yeah. Now we're going to OKC and laying just 4 more points. I think that -6 should have turned into like a -13 spread. I think OKC, like when we talked at the beginning of the season, OKC and Houston were the 2 teams we loved, and we thought, oh, like maybe they could bounce and both come up the standings.
Yeah.
OKC did. Mm-hmm. Houston still seems to be a year or 2 behind. I like the Chet Holmgren threes call. He did hit a bunch of threes in that matchup last game out. Mm-hmm. And I think the pickup of Steven Adams, he's not going to play it all this year, but that's going to be like a key guy that slows down like a Chet Holmgren. I like Sengun.
For Houston?
Yes, I like Sengun, solid player. He's too slow-footed, and he's too short to slow down a guy like Chet. Steven Adams is a brick wall, and he's 7'2". He just kind of keeps Chet away from the hoop, and there's nothing he can do about it. The length means nothing at that point. So with it being Sengun against Chet, I have to take OKC. SGA is going to dominate this backcourt. Amen Thompson, great defender, still can't slow down SGA. They can't win on the road. They're 0-7 straight up in their last 7 on the road. They're 2-10 ATS in their last 12 in OKC. They did beat OKC in, December on their home floor, 110-101. But that was when Houston still looked pretty good at the beginning of the season. So I'm taking OKC here.
I am too. Anything else on this one? I mean, do you have
props?
No.
I mean, just to look at some of the other scores around that one Houston win. Mm-hmm. The most recent game, OKC won by 13. 3 games ago, OKC won 133-96. And 4 games ago, they won 153.
Yeah, but Houston is absolutely terrible last year.
Yeah, but
they were like starting people that aren't even in the league anymore.
OKC wasn't all that good last year either. I know they tried to a point.
Yeah, that's true. That was like one of my biggest bets of the year was fading OKC in the play-in.
Yeah, they made the play-in, but it's not. It's almost like they really didn't want to.
Everybody loved them in that game too. Who did they lose to? I can't remember.
Timberwolves.
Oh yeah. Okay, fun. Wow. Yeah. All right, I'll get to that one, Myron, later. Okay. What's up, Clyde? Glad to see you here. Clyde's been trolling me all morning, so I'm having a good day. The Miami Heat got things done for us last night, Tyler, as 7-point dogs against Sacramento. Now they travel to Portland, and they're laying 7. Portland's 14 points worse than Sacramento. No way.
It's all the added pieces back.
Portland or pass. I don't care. Portland or pass.
I'm just not betting this game.
Okay, fine. I'm fine.
Miami looks like
I have Miami winning by 8 in projections.
Miami looks like they're flicking the switch and they're going to start trying now. Jimmy's back in, Rozier's back in. Hero's still out, but just the added pieces of Jimmy and Rozier back, I think, are enough that they could just name their score. So I'm not touching this game.
Okay. I like Portland, but I'm fine staying away from it. I don't love them. I don't feel like we need to bet it. Okay, let's go over every single game. Add X's to the sheet that you'll see on fanspeak.com. Give out our official plays. Guys, hit that thumbs up. All right, first one, Nets Magic. We decided we're not going to play it.
Yeah, because I like Magic. You like Nets. I think the Magic just wiped the floor with them.
All right, you made a very solid case for the Cavs. We're going to add that one, right?
I'm down to add the Cavs, yes.
Okay. I have a slight edge to the over, but I'm fine staying away from it. Are you?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. I kind of like the Warriors laying it.
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
My only worry though is, let me just check their
What
schedule.
would be a worry?
Maybe they got a big game coming up, nationally televised game tomorrow they could be playing in. It's my only
I
worry.
looked at tomorrow though. They don't play tomorrow.
Okay, then I'm fine.
Tomorrow night, what are the games? I can't remember. Oh, it's Lakers Clippers is the evening one.
Okay. That was the only thing I was worried about was like they play one of those two teams or like just a big matchup in prime time.
I think they have tomorrow off. Maybe a look ahead to a what's today, Tuesday. Maybe a look ahead to a Thursday game, but they don't play tomorrow. I can't remember what the first.
They go to New York next, but I don't think that's really a look ahead.
All right. Sixers, Celtics. I like the Celtics, but I'm fine staying away from it.
I'm fine not just play. Yeah, Celtics are pass. I'll probably do a performance double there through Tatum.
Clyde Tyler's talking about that very same tweet. Richie Smalls reminding everyone to hit the like button. All right, we got 2 plays so far. We like the Cavs and the Warriors. My favorite play is the Hawks.
Yeah, that one's going on there.
Okay. We don't want to play Spurs Wolves, but I like Ski's play if Gobert's in. So check back. We might take a Spurs team total under. Pelicans Knicks. I don't want to play it. Are you fine not playing it?
I'm fine staying away. Pels are pass.
I kind of want to take the Hornets, bro.
I'd rather live bet that game. I just want to make sure they're not going to get walked off the floor in the first quarter. You'll know quickly if that game's going to be like 14, just not enough.
I'm going to pull up Milwaukee's recent games. They've been playing really well, right?
Yeah.
They beat Philly by 21. They beat Minnesota. Yeah, it's 2 good wins.
That Minnesota game, too, like watching that game, like they had to fight back. They started the game well. Minnesota took the punch, came back, took the lead. Mm-hmm. And Milwaukee was able to come back, punch back, and retake the lead and never look back. So we talked about it before the show. I think they're finding something.
I don't care. I'm taking Charlotte.
I'm waiting live. I want to make sure they're not down like 45 to like 22 at the end of the first.
All right, guys, this isn't going to be on the sheet, but for those of you watching now, I'm betting Charlotte. All right. Pistons plus 10.5. You're going to let me know, and we'll add that to the sheet when Cade. All right. If one of them is ruled out, are we off it?
No. Like if Ivy's ruled out and we get Cade, I'm playing it. I need one. I need a guard.
Are we playing it or no?
Yes. I just need a guard on the floor.
Okay.
I don't want Evan Fournier playing point guard for 25 to 30 minutes tonight and betting a plus 11.
Fair enough. Okay, so we're waiting on that one, but we're most likely going to take the points with the Pistons. We're taking the OKC. I'm parlaying these 2 tonight. I have a good feeling. All right. Oh, I put minus 100 on here. That would be wild. And we're not playing the Heat game, right?
No.
Okay, there you have it, guys. Final picks. OKC minus 10. Check back for Detroit Pistons news. Check back for San Antonio Spurs news. I like the Hornets. Tyler doesn't approve. We also like the Hawks, the Warriors, and the Cavs. There you have it, people. Tyler, anything else? So I think this went well on the 2 things. So guys, if you're not aware of the other channels, make sure if you're watching on Fanspeak, check out what's going on in Nuke the House. If you're watching on Nuke the House, check out what's going on Fanspeak. Keg's going to crush it this weekend. Give us that thumbs up. Subscribe. I got that out of the way, Tyler. Your final thoughts, and then we'll get out of here.
Yeah, it seems. I mean, we talked about the card before the show. It's like, we really don't like it. It wasn't the best, but I think we found a lot of spots. And I found a long shot parlay.
I thought it was cool.
We found a long shot parlay. We're going to take a shot on here at 24-1.
Okay.
We're going to take that Zion 25 plus points and the Pelicans win it plus 200. We're going to go Jason Tatum to hit 4+ threes and Boston wins against Philly. And we're going to go Jalen Johnson at double-double and the Hawks beat the Jazz, and that gets you plus 2,400.
Excellent. All right, I got these 5 in. I'm going to add the Pistons and just parlay. I'm right. Oh, I wanted to keep them all. Okay, that's it for us, guys. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow on the Nuke the House channel. But Subscribe to Fanspeak. I'm going to be doing some NBA best ball. We're going to figure that out for sure. But I'm crushing in the season-long NBA best ball, so I'm going to start to do some playoff drafts. Okay, so that'll be on the Fanspeak. We'll be on Nuke the House for the NBA rundown for the rest of the week. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Nuke the House.